And speaking of giant bats and vampires, that brings us to the part-time billionaire, part-time vigilante, full-time vampire, Batman. And like a lot of other movies, Batman has more to it than it seems. In Batman, the strongest reference point is the very well-known fictional character called the Joker. In 1989's Batman with Michael Keaton, the Joker was played by Jack Nicholson, and in The Dark Knight, the Joker was played by the now-deceased Heath Ledger. Repeatedly, the writers make it clear who they had in mind while writing the Joker script. First, watch this scene from the beginning of The Dark Knight. Watch the mask closely. Did you see it? Here's that scene again. Now here it is slowed down and zoomed up. Notice how the left eye in the mask fails to darken when the car's shadow passes behind it. Now here it is again, even slower and more zoomed. Notice a beige, flesh-like color fills the left eye of the mask when it should be filled with a solid gray. Also notice that the flesh color remains even after the car passes behind it. In fact, this beige color remains 2 frames beyond the point where it should have been darkened. And if you look at the last 2 frames, you can even see what appears to be an eye. Even if it's not an eye, this was no accident, and no digital artifact. This was done on purpose and represents one-eyed symbolism. Our second clue is the cards the Joker gives out. This one, which he gives out more than once, has what is obviously a devil on it. And in this scene, we see a number of cards. There's the devil card again, then what appears to be a red horse with horns drawn in a dragon-like motif, then 2 dragons intertwined. Throughout The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger persists on licking his lips and rapidly extending his tongue, like a snake. Now here's Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So he's the dragon, that old serpent, called the devil. And just in case there were any lingering doubts about the identity of the Joker then proceeds to build a pyramidal mountain of cash and puts a criminal on top. And the Illuminati does that every day. Something else interesting. The Joker's first card was that of a man upside down, like a hangman. In 1989's Batman and in The Dark Knight, the Joker ends up hanging. In fact, in The Dark Knight, he ends up hanging upside down for a time. Together with the one-eyed symbolism earlier, it sounds like the story of Semyaza, the leader of the fallen angels from the Book of Enoch. According to Robert Graves' Hebrew Myths, which is a collection of Hebrew legend and folklore, Semyaza is hanging upside down between heaven and earth by 1 foot, with one eye open and one eye closed, so that he may see his fate and suffer even more. Just an interesting little note. But the other Joker, played by Jack Nicholson, also gives his identity away.
I was in the bath one day when I realized why I was destined for greatness. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Tell me, kid. You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
And then, at the end of the movie, he says,
Shall we dance?
And then you see Vicky Vale and the Joker dancing together in the pale moonlight. Just another clue. In fact, with the exception of the unforgivably bad, unthinkably stupid Batman and Robin, all of Batman's adversaries are evil clown types who have a circus kind of theme. Even the Riddler drops hints that he is in fact an old foe.
I see that sparkle in your left eye. Shall we dance? For if knowledge is power, then a god am.
Also, Batman and the Joker make it clear that they've battled each other before.
Him again.
I think you and I are destined to do this forever.
Batman himself has some strange characteristics. His attributes are rumored to be similar to the classical vampire. He apparently can disappear and reappear, and Gordon, played by Gary Oldman, makes it clear that he has a history of disappearing and reappearing.
Do you trust him?
It'd be hard to keep him out, and here is his stubborn as you are. How will you get him back in? He does that.
And all of Gotham is wondering what to make of Batman. Friend or foe?
I have given a name to my pain,
Mysterious figure,
and it is Batman.
appear and disappear at will.
You know how to disappear. We can teach you to become truly invisible.
Invisible.
The things they say about him. Can he really fly?
I heard he can disappear.
In The Dark Knight, this is left as only a hint, but in 1989's Batman, the hint is a little heavier. In that Batman was rumored to be a vampire that drank blood.
No, let me guess. Giant, menacing, supernatural form. Kinda like a bat.
Yeah, that's it. What are they seeing up there?
Lieutenant, every punk in this town is scared stiff. You know what they say? They say he can't be killed. They say he drinks blood.
I heard the bat got him.
The bat? Oh, man, give me a break, will you?
5 stories straight down. There wasn't no blood in the body.
And although the movie The Mothman Prophecies is void of a single Mothman, Batman is not. Here's a slowed down scene from 2005's Batman Begins. And apparently the two gentlemen on the ground are on some kind of drug that allows you to see the real deal. That's Batman up there, by the way. Yep, Batman is loaded with all the standard symbolism and characters we've come to expect from the Illuminati. And the reason for all this programming? Well, the Joker lays it out quite nicely.
You know what I noticed? Nobody panics when things go according to plan. Even if the plan is horrifying. If tomorrow I tell the press that, like, a gangbanger will get shot, or a truckload of soldiers will be blowing up, nobody panics. Because it's all part of the plan. But when I say that one little old mare will die, well, then everyone loses their minds.
It's hardly a home without the Nigmatech box. Critics have claimed the box turns Gothamites into zombies, but Edward Nigma just shrugs. That's what they said when TV was invented.